Welcome to today's session. Here is a list of diploid numbers of the organism and their gamete number, that is applied numbers. There are three columns. In the first column there is organism, next is diploid number, in the next column applied number, that is the gamete. So the diploid number is that of the myocyte, the applied number is that of the gamete. Human beings, the diploid number is 46, the gametic number, haploid number is 23. For oocyte is diploid number 12, haploid number 6. In the rat it is diploid number 42, haploid number 21. For dog, diploid number 78, haploid number 39, and so on. So the largest number of chromosomes is found in Ophioglossum, that is a pteridophyte. Its diploid number is 1260, haploid number is 630. The onion plant has diploid number 16 and haploid number 8. Next is gamete transfer. So in the pre-fertilization events, there are two events. One is gametogenesis, after the formation of gametes. Next is gamete transfer. So the gametes are produced by meiosis so that their chromosome number is reduced to half, that is n number. And after the gametes are produced, these gametes are to be transferred so that zygote formation occurs or fertilization occurs. So if I take the meaning of gamete transfer, it is the transfer of male and female gametes facilitating their fusion, or gamete transfer helps male and female gametes to come together, helping their union or fusion that results in fertilization. That is the meaning of gamete transfer. So the gametes may be away, male gamete is in one place, female gamete is in another place, and they have to come together and unite or fuse, forming the zygote. That act is called fertilization. So gamete transfer helps union of male and female gametes. In most of the organisms, male gamete is motile or moving and female gamete is stationary or non-motile. In some fungi and algae, both male and female gametes may be motile or moving. In algae, bryophytes and pteridophytes, gamete transfer usually occurs through the medium of water. So water is the usual medium of gamete transfer in lower plants up to pteridophytes. If I take the higher plants, that is flowering plants, gamete transfer takes place by the act of pollination. So in flowering plants, the transfer of gametes is by the act of pollination or process of pollination. You know the meaning of pollination. Transfer of pollen grains from anther to the stigma of the same flower or of the different flower of the same species. So that act of pollination helps the transfer of gametes in flowering plants or angiosperms. In unisexual animals, copulation is the process of transfer of gametes for successful sexual reproduction. So till now we completed pre-fertilization events. So that involves gametogenesis and gamete transfer. Next is fertilization. Fertilization is the process of fusion of male gamete with female gamete to form zygote. With the process of fusion of haploid male gamete with haploid female gamete to form diploid zygote. It is also called syngamy. Syngamy is the equivalent term for fertilization. Fertilization is of two types based on the medium in which it occurs. So it is external or internal. In case of external fertilization, syngamy or the act of fertilization takes place outside the body of the parents in water medium. Usually it occurs in water medium. So the process of fertilization takes place outside the body of the parents in the water medium. It is very common in algae, fish and amphibians. If I take the internal fertilization, here the syngamy or fertilization takes place inside the body of the female parent in the body fluids. It is very common in higher plants and higher animals. So it is also possible in fungi, bryophytes, pteridophytes, flowering plants, and higher animals. So these are the types of fertilization based on the medium in which it occurs, external and internal. And let us take the differences between external fertilization and internal fertilization. So external fertilization and internal fertilization. And point number one, under the external fertilization, the process of fertilization takes place outside the body of parents in water medium, and in the internal fertilization, the process of syngamy or fertilization takes place inside the body of female in the body fluids. Point 2, under external, chances of fertilization are less, and in the internal, the chances of fertilization are more. And point 3, under external, more number of male and female gametes are usually produced. And point 3, under internal, more number of male gametes and less number of female gametes are produced. And point 4, under external, offsprings are destructed by predators. The predators and the environmental factors usually destruct the offsprings during the early stage of the development, but in internal, offsprings are safely protected and there is parental care by the parents. And external fertilization, example algae, bony fishes and frogs. For internal, plantae, reptiles, birds, mammals. So these are the differences between external fertilization and internal fertilization. So that is the event fertilization that follows after pre-fertilization event. After the process of fertilization, the next event to take place is post-fertilization events. So it starts with the formation of zygote, and the zygote should develop into new individuals, and those are together called post-fertilization events. So these are the events in sexual reproduction after the formation of zygote, and they are called post-fertilization events, and they are up to important events. One is formation of zygote, another is embryogenesis. So it again involves two processes. One is growth of zygote and embryogenesis. So post-fertilization events start with zygote, and after the formation of zygote by the act of fertilization, the zygote grows and later it undergoes embryogenesis. So first is growth of zygote. In algae and fungi, the zygote develops a thick wall or a tough wall which is resistant to desiccation and damage. So a tough wall is developed in algae and fungi that protects the zygote. In organisms with haplontic life cycle, the diploid zygote divides meiotically to produce haploid spores which grow into haploid individuals. So in the organisms with haplontic life cycle, the zygote divides by meiosis to produce haploid spores, and those spores grow into haploid individuals. It is very common in algae, lower forms of algae. So the zygote is the only diploid stage, and that zygote by meiosis divides to produce spores which are haploid, and those spores develop into new individuals. Those are also haploid. In organisms with diplontic life cycle, the diploid life zygote directly develops into diploid individual. It is very common in gymnosperms and angiosperms. That's about growth of zygote. Next is embryogenesis or embryogeny. It can also be called embryogeny. Embryogenesis is the development of embryo from zygote. Zygote is single-celled diploid structure and the embryo is multi-celled. It occurs by cell division and cell differentiation. So embryogenesis is the development of embryo from zygote. It involves two events. One is cell division by mitosis and cell differentiation. In flowering plants, after fertilization, ovary develops into fruit and ovules develop into seeds, and seed encloses the progenitor of the next generation, the embryo, that is able to grow into new plant.